2,500 years before Christ walked the earth, engineers in Gujarat built a dock that could accommodate ships weighing 60 tons. But this wasn't just any harbor. It was part of a civilization that had somehow mastered urban planning, maritime trade, and hydraulic engineering, while most of the world still lived in mud huts. Welcome to the lost world of Dholavira and Lothal, two jewels of the Indus Valley civilization that would rewrite everything we thought we knew about ancient India. In the sun-baked landscapes of modern Gujarat, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of a sophistication that rivals anything built in ancient Mesopotamia or Egypt. These weren't primitive settlements scraping by in the desert. They were thriving metropolises connected by trade routes that stretched from Afghanistan to the Arabian Peninsula. Dholavira sits on Khadir Island in the Rann of Kutch, a place so remote and harsh that even today, reaching it requires crossing miles of white salt desert. Yet 4,500 years ago, this was a bustling city of perhaps 20,000 people. What drew them to this seemingly impossible location? Water. The ancient inhabitants had discovered something that modern engineers are only beginning to appreciate: how to harvest and manage water in one of the world's most challenging environments. The city's layout reveals a mind-boggling level of planning. Dholavira was divided into three distinct sections: the citadel for the elite, the middle town for artisans and merchants, and the lower town for workers. But it's the water management system that truly astounds. The inhabitants constructed 16 massive reservoirs, some carved directly into rock, others built with precisely fitted stone blocks. These weren't simple ponds. They were sophisticated catchment systems designed to capture every precious drop of monsoon rain. The largest reservoir could hold over 7 million liters of water. To put that in perspective, it's enough to supply a modern city of 50,000 people for an entire month. But the Harappans didn't just store water. They channeled it through an intricate network of dams, spillways, and underground conduits. Storm drains lined with carefully shaped stones carried excess water away from residential areas, while a complex system of wells ensured that even the poorest neighborhoods had access to clean drinking water. Perhaps most remarkably, archaeologists discovered what appears to be the world's first known signboard: 10 large symbols carved in stone and displayed prominently at the city's northern gate. Each symbol is nearly half a meter tall, clearly designed to be read from a distance. Meanwhile, 200 kilometers to the southeast, another Harappan marvel was taking shape along the banks of the Sabarmati River. Lothal, whose name means Mound of the Dead in Gujarati, was destined to become one of the ancient world's greatest ports. But calling it simply a port undersells its true significance. Lothal was the Singapore of the Bronze Age, a maritime gateway that connected the Indus Valley to the wider world. The centerpiece of Lothal was its extraordinary dock, a feat of engineering that wouldn't look out of place in a modern harbor. Measuring 214 meters long and 37 meters wide, this massive basin was connected to the river by a channel nearly 2 kilometers long. But here's where it gets truly impressive. The dock was designed to handle tidal variations of up to 4 meters. Engineers built a sophisticated lock system that allowed ships to enter at high tide and remain safely harbored even when the tide receded. The dock's walls, built from kiln-fired bricks and sealed with a bitumen-like substance, have survived 4,000 years of monsoons, floods, and earthquakes. Recent studies suggest the entire structure could accommodate ships with a cargo capacity of up to 60 tons, vessels that could carry goods from the copper mines of Rajasthan to the markets of Mesopotamia. But Lothal wasn't just about moving goods. It was about making them. The city contained what may be the world's oldest known bead-making factory. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of mass production techniques that wouldn't be seen elsewhere for millennia. Workers used standardized molds to create thousands of identical beads, employed sophisticated kilns that could reach temperatures of over 1,000 degrees Celsius, and developed quality control systems that ensured consistent products. The variety of materials processed at Lothal is staggering. Craftsmen worked with gold, silver, copper, bronze, semi-precious stones, and shells imported from as far away as the Maldives. They created intricate jewelry, precision weights and measures, and pottery so fine that some pieces have walls less than 3 millimeters thick. Trade goods from Lothal have been found in Sumerian cities, Egyptian tombs, and settlements across Central Asia. Harappan seals, small stone stamps used to mark ownership and authenticate transactions, have turned up in archaeological sites from Iran to Afghanistan. This wasn't just regional trade, it was a global commercial network that spanned continents. Yet for all their achievements, both Dholavira and Lothal vanished around 1900 BCE, part of the mysterious collapse that ended the Indus Valley civilization. Climate change likely played a role. The monsoons that fed their reservoirs began to fail, and the rivers that powered their trade started to shift course. But the legacy of these maritime marvels lives on, reminding us that human ingenuity and ambition are not modern inventions. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and subscribe for more untold history every single day. See you in the next one.